So we had the Milan Derby, aka Donkey Cup. AKA there's a new king in Milan, aka there's a god in Milan, Zlatan. I want to start with I'll start with Akan. Akan, what were your thoughts on the match? We had a Zlatan goal, a Zlatan red card, a headbutting competition, and then Inter Milan win. So what were your thoughts, and what did you make of the whole Lukaku and Zlatan beef?
Look, I only saw the important parts of that match, which were the fight, right? The penalties. I didn't see any of the match. I saw that Lukaku and the good guys came out on top, got the win. I saw Lukaku had to be restrained going into the tunnel. I saw him using all types of foul language, verbals, aimed at Zlatan. And I think Lukaku did his talking literally on the pitch and with his football. So you love to see that. Zlatan, as entertaining as he is, as great a player as he is, he overdoes it sometimes. And I think it was good to see Lukaku, who does get a bad rap for his technique unfairly, right? Even Zlatan calling him a donkey and taking in his first touch, which is ridiculous. I mean, Lukaku's a world-class player, world-class technique.
World-class players can have a donkey touch too. What are you talking about? Making it sound like they can have a bad touch.
Lukaku has a good touch. He will just occasionally take a bad touch or a touch.
There's a
Hey, let me tell you something, Akan.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Akan.
If you watch the guy for 90 minutes, you don't get to the levels that he's at internationally and club wise without having a good first touch, right? It doesn't make any sense. He's just
but top class players have consistent great first touch.
We live in the social media era, so anytime Lukaku takes a bad touch, it's on Twitter, it's on Facebook. We're seeing the memes. I saw a picture of Lukaku in Timberlands.
Hey, if we were living in the 40s, and so in Jamaica,
the guy has quality, he has technique.
Back in Jamaica, we had two channels, right? And those two channels were the only option that you had. You could either watch the top 6 teams, okay? And I didn't have social media back then when I was 4, okay? If I use my eyes as a 4-year-old and I see Lukaku's touch, I can tell you as a 4-year-old without having social media, without having any kind of influence, that Lukaku's touch is bad. So Lukaku and Zlatan, they had a history. So you guys know.
And that's the problem.
No. Hold on. No,
I want to read the transcript of what was said.
You don't need to know football.
Can I quickly read the transcript of what was said?
Please.
You are a donkey. Lukaku says, "Let's go inside, you B. We're going to see." And then Ibra says, "Call your mother and do your voodoo shit." Oh, there is more. F you and your wife, you little B. And then in the tunnel, Lukaku says, "You want to speak about my mother, you son of a B, I'll shoot you in your head."
Now, let me tell you something. Lukaku is carrying feelings because Zlatan, when they were at Manchester United, Zlatan placed a bet. I don't know if you guys know this, but Zlatan placed a bet and told Lukaku that for every good first touch he makes, Zlatan is going to give him £50. And Lukaku said, "What happens if I get all of that? Like, what happens if I get all the first touch clean?" Zlatan said, "Nothing. You're just going to be a better football player." So Lukaku's been carrying feelings since that happened. You know what I mean? So now that they actually get they go head to head, it's not an actual league game where I think AC Milan is up 43. What's the score? I think 43-42 or something like that. So it is a pretty close race. You know what I mean? And they're going neck and neck. So it was one of these things where those guys could actually vent their frustrations. Zlatan, I feel like he was playing mind games with Lukaku, and he kind of ended up losing on the tail end of it because he got a red card in the 58th minute, and that actually put it over the edge. But it's weird how nobody has been talking about the game itself. Like, all we are talking about right now is Zlatan versus Lukaku. It's like a UFC showdown.
So let me tell you where the voodoo thing comes. When he was young, Everton wanted him, and Chelsea wanted him. and he chose Chelsea, even though Everton was going to give him more money. And his reasoning for that was he was in Africa, and some voodoo lady told him that he should go to Chelsea. So Zlatan must have had this on his brain for the longest time, to say that. Josh, I kind of want to get into the game because it was a Copa quarterfinal, I think, a Copa d'Italia quarterfinal.
Yeah.
AC Milan was dominating the match. And then the Zlatan red card, which I thought was kind of soft, chasing a player down and just, tangling foot. How good is Zlatan that at 41 years old, what is he, like 42, 41, that he can have such an impact? Because, hey, he scored an open play. I believe that was the only, it was the second open play goal in that game. There's a free kick and a penalty. So, what is it about Zlatan? How does he continuously just do it? And what are your thoughts on the match as well, if you watched?
Beautiful first touch for that goal, right? Took him a little bit out wide so he could get the shot off, created space. The juxtaposition between, and I'm in the M side here about Lukaku's first touch. The juxtaposition between Zlatan's first touch and Lukaku's first touch is just two different sides of the spectrum there. Because Zlatan is silky.
God, you're so rude.
That guy looks tight.
I think this game is great. I think this game is great for the Serie A. I think the Serie A needs this. I think they need different branding other than Juventus. I think they need the fight. I think they need the rivalry. I think they need all of that's going on inside of this game. Just with these two teams playing for something that actually means something. They haven't done that in a long time. And, so I think Serie A is really going to benefit from this. And I think actually Zlatan probably knows that in his playing up like a WWE star, playing up to the crowd to get it hype a little bit. Maybe went a little too far, the silly tackle. I'm glad somebody's challenging Juventus for the title, so good on them. Bring us something different.
And to Josh's point,
I can't. Ramsey is the weak link in Juventus, man. I think